inconsistent.
Only knew how ghetto it looked in here, guys.
So, I was here. When's the last time I was here? A week ago? A week ago.
Our relationship is getting serious again.
Okay. I was here a week ago, and you know what I drank when I was
We're
here?
not even wearing headphones. We look like...
I drank a Snapple.
Ew.
Peach
you drank
tea.
my Snapple too, bitch.
I did. I stole it. You didn't know.
No,
But
I
it fell on the floor. On the bottles, right? I still see the bottle.
I wanted to remind... This is the whole purpose, to remind you of the bullshit. That not only does he offer something, he renicks Indian giving.
Oh, that's racist.
But he litters in my house.
All right. What are you looking for? Your headphones? Where's my headphones?
Your headphones are hanging on the door like a freaking jacket.
But it's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in. You're technically in my chair. I feel fat.
Where's my chair? I mean, where's my plug at?
Where's my chair?
No, it's plugged in.
You put that there?
Put what where?
In my bunghole?
Yo. Yeah. Okay. I'm good. All right.
Ooh. 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 You guys hear that?
All right.
I hope you got something.
There's so much stuff to talk about.
We got blocked.
We got blocked. They don't want the truth out there, bro.
Yo, but you know what? We knew this was coming.
Yes.
Coming.
The crazy thing is that they deleted the video. They don't even want it to exist. They just got rid of it. They're like, no, you're not allowed to have this video either.
Like we can't have what
we can't have it. They're like, no, you can't have this either. We have to delete it from existence. But if Elon Musk owned YouTube, then he'd be fine. He'll let it post it. So there's a secret episode. There's gonna be a number missing. It's gonna be number 84. It doesn't exist on YouTube.
You're gonna skip the number?
I'm gonna skip the number.
Oh my!
So everybody could be like, where well, everybody.
The whole two people. Me and you.
Like, where's 84? And like, the only place it's gonna exist is probably Rumble.
Ooh.
And it'll probably exist on the podcast, the audio.
And didn't you start Truth? Can we put it up on Truth?
We could put it up on Truth. I'm gonna post a picture of it that we got banned, so people will be like, what?
How dare they?
What are they talking about?
Abandon these professionals who have blankets hanging. Green blankets. These blankets served a lot of purposes, more than just recording.
Jesus.
Murder, she wrote. So we're not allowed to talk about that topic, I feel. So we could
talk about it.
No, that's how we got freaking in trouble in the first place, dumb bitch. I
think what happened was we title it. You know what I titled it? I titled it the name of the article.
That's what your problem was. I told you to change it
from the article. So I'm like, okay, this is widely known information. There's nothing. We're not doing anything new. This has been out there for days now. So I'm gonna ba-dum. I'm gonna ba-dum. And then they're like, oh no, this is not good. But then now when I challenged it, now somebody has to physically go and listen to us talking about it. So now it's too late. Now they're like, I heard what they said, so now we can't post it.
You think that's how it works?
It gotta be, right? Somebody has to listen to it when you challenge it.
I think it's just a computer, bro, that says, They said the
word COVID-19.
That's it.
That's it. I mean, we've been talking about it for years now.
No, I think it's basically the name. I think that we talked about amnesty, and it's a big hot topic, and it got flagged. So then what they did was they used the algorithm to be like, oh, show us exactly where that word was said in the video. And they listened to that phrase, that sentence, that paragraph.
They probably did that.
And they only got that one narrative perspective of us saying, you know, it's kind of interesting that this is playing out now right before the holidays and right before the elections.
But also,
the other thing is, hold on, bitch, I'm not done talking. Respect me, women, all right? But also, they were saying how you're not supposed to be commenting. They're not going to support. No van a soportar political talk during the
time.
midterm
So
elections.
that's why today's topic is actually the politics.
That's why
Today's election day.
Is it Tuesday? Bitch, it's Monday.
It's Monday, isn't it? The holiday?
No, bitch, it's tomorrow's election day.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure.
All right, let's find out.
Find out. Find out whether I was right
Today.
or wrong.
All right, we're looking. Today's date is November 7th. Oh, you're right. It is Tuesday.
It's always Tuesday.
Oh, I'm bugging. I work today.
That's what happened. You worked. Look.
I work, so they're not allowed to do the elections today. They're like, oh, this thing will work. So I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Let's close it, guys. Close it.
Do it tomorrow, guys.
He's
You're right.
working.
It's because I worked. I thought today was Tuesday. Yikes. All right.
Welcome to Monday. The masola's running out. Anyways, so I think that's why, that's two of the reasons. We talked about something that's like highly, it came up. I was watching, you know what I was watching yesterday?
The news.
I was looking for the camera because like four of them. Yes, I was. Actually, I was watching 60 Minutes.
Oh, 60 Minutes is a good show.
Channel 2.
Very good.
And it felt like, you know what? This is real journalism.
Yeah.
And it was with that guy. Was he in CNN?
The old guy?
The white guy with the hair? Andy Cooper? No.
Oh, yeah. He does it now?
Yeah, he's there.
Oh,
with
good for him.
Glasses. Right?
Good for him.
With the gray hair? Mad gray hair.
Yeah.
He looks like an eraser.
I'm happy that he's no longer CNN, honestly.
And they were talking about this very same thing of how, you know, it's polarizing. You know who was your girl, Carrie Lake? Kate?
Connie Chung.
No, the political lady that put that CNN that CNN reporter on blast that I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing a rally, and in the rally she was explaining some of the very same thing about this amnesty thing. And I was trying to explain it to my son, and I was showing him the video, and I said to myself, this is why this amnesty thing is a big topic, because they're trying to, I get it, they're trying to promote this sense of let's have peace, guys.
Let's have peace.
Let's have peace.
Now.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it could be something we could talk about, but why?
Why would we do this? We've been through so much.
Enough. We've been through enough.
Yeah.
So I get it. I actually stand behind it, because it's like, yo, it is kind of true. Don't you think it's been enough? Whether one side is right or the other side is right, isn't it like,
it's enough, for sure.
It's exhausting.
I understand that we got to get past all this, but it does feel like, I'm going to tell you what it feels like. Ready? This is the best way for me to explain it. And I'm happy Mike's not here, because he will take this topic and fly.
Oh, gone.
It's like when the black people in America were like, not enslaved. Well, they were enslaved, and they were going through the Jim Crow area where they were not allowed to, use certain restrooms or drink certain water, And then now the white people are like, guys, let's just get along. We all made mistakes. And the black people are like, no, you made mistakes. We suffered because of you. And it kind of reminds me of that. It's just like, that's not, you should pay for what you did. You know what I'm saying? You should, I don't know if reparations is the word, but there should be some sort of consequences, because you the guys did all this to us. You know what I'm saying?
But who did what? The government?
It's hard. That's hard. Because
that's what I'm saying.
That's the hardest part about.
What are we arguing about?
That's the hardest part about the reparations conversation.
And that, yeah, but it with COVID too, though. Like, are we really gonna blame the government for dropping the ball with COVID?
We could blame them for dropping the ball.
So are you you're blaming the establishment, not the individuals that made the decision?
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Are the individuals protected by the establishment?
The thing with the whole COVID thing is, the government did drop the ball. They messed up, but they messed up because they were trying to protect people. They overprotected. They went too hard.
So the means justify the ends.
No.
The means
In my
justify
opinion,
the
no.
ends.
Because in my opinion, they should have just let people do what they want. You know what I'm saying? But I understand their position. They're like, we're the federal government. Our job is to protect the citizens of this country. We do it through military usually, but this is an enemy within, a disease. So we have to use our might to fight this disease. And one of the options to fighting this disease is shutting down the country and stopping people from spreading the disease and getting people vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the government's logic in trying to save people. I think they went went too far. I think, and this is my opinion too, is that the government shouldn't force anybody. I think we talked about this plenty of times before. The government should offer people. You know how they had the trucks parked in, you go to freaking Park Avenue and there's a truck that says, hey, come go get your COVID vaccine. It's free. Come get it.
Vente.
Come on. It should be like that. It should be like that for everything, though. The government should be like, you know what? If you want to shut down your business, you can shut it down. It's okay.
But again,
or if you want to stay open, then you stay open. It's your business.
So they're protected under the we represent the people in a whole. And is it one of those things where it's like we damned if we do, damned if we don't, as well?
Yep. Because think about it with the religious conversation.
So then, hold on. Listen to this argument. Carrie, her name is Carrie Lake. I think she's running for governor of Arizona. Lake. Listen to this.
Our businesses down and shut our churches down.
That was a fail. That was basically a fail. So we're gonna unfail that moment there and go back. So Carrie Lake is running for governor of Arizona, and she goes and sends this message out.
I want to find out who made these decisions to shut our businesses down and shut our churches down. I want to have a commission to investigate COVID and how it was handled in this state, and hand up any civil or criminal charges that need to be made, because we're not going to just forget what happened when our lives got turned upside down, when our businesses got shut down, when our grandparents and parents are forced to die alone in a nursing home, when our people who worked so hard were forced out of a job because they didn't want to get a shot that their boss wanted them to get. So I want to find out where a lot of these decisions were made, who was responsible. And if there is a way, and if there was some criminal activity, I think we need to look at that. Absolutely. This wasn't just some little petty theft. This was a theft of our freedom, our lives. This was the theft of our health. I want to find out.
So is that too far to say that?
No, that's accurate. I don't think anybody's going to jail for it. That's number one. Nobody's going to jail. I think people should lose their jobs over it. For sure. If somebody made a decision to shut down businesses, but the problem is the government's going to justify it. They're like, oh, but we saved so many lives, so that was the right decision.
You started off by saying they're protected. You're agreeing that they're under that banner of damned if they do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
You're expecting.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, I'm like, it doesn't matter. You can't.
So her argument is void.
Her argument is vote for me.
Her argument is void.
Okay, that's number one. So she's gonna say whatever the people want to hear. All right, what she's saying is valid, 100% accurate. But on the flip side, as far as the government's concerned, they're like, we have to do these measures to save people.
So just because it's valid doesn't mean there should there be reparations? Should we be compensated? She's right.
But the government's going to say we compensated. They're going to say, yeah, we gave checks out. We did all that. Right? What the government's position is, we tried to save your lives and then we tried to help you along the way. You know what I'm saying?
But what
we
the
did
people
rent,
are saying,
we froze your rents.
What the people are saying is that, yeah, you gave us checks while we were all forced to stay at home. What was it called?
Shelter
Slavery.
in place.
I mean, no, shelter in place.
Yeah.
Right. So we sheltered in place. I use the word slavery from Mike. Shelter in place. So you compensated me for that. But then when I try to go back to work, you were like,
you gotta get
give
that
me your arm.
Yeah.
You want to go to the movies? You want to see Batman?
You better get the shot.
Better get the shot, baby. Come
and
here.
there's a 17-year-old kid. You give him the piece of paper. He's like, yeah, okay, come in. You give him the vaccine card. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, oh, okay.
Oh no, I remember going to the thing and I was like, he has a vaccine card. I was like, yeah, he has a shot. And then I was like, he doesn't have ID. He's a freshman. He hasn't got an ID yet. They're like, it's alright. I was like, so
It's all.
he's not even my son. Like, how do you verify anything?
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
What is it? What's the word in Spanish where you just do things just for show? Oh God, there's a word. For it.
Presentado.
No, not that. Gosh, I don't know. There's a word. There's a word for it where you just do things for show, just so everybody can look at you. That's what it is.
That's basically.
That's all it was. Even and like we said it before in another podcast where it's just like we live in New York City. You would imagine this is a blue hardcore. Get the freaking vaccine. Get your card everywhere you go. But how many times did you have to show that stupid card in a year? Once, twice, maybe at most, and it depends where you were going. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't matter. It was pointless. You know how many... I went to the movies to go watch Shazam.
Have you ever ran into, like, an issue with somebody being loud?
No. But what I'm saying is this. When in New York City, you had to show a card to go to the movie theaters, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want my son to get vaccinated. So you know what I did? I
made a fake one.
I went over the bridge and I went to New Jersey movie theater and we watched the movie, no problem.
You went to another country?
I went to another country to watch the movie. And that's what we did for the year and a half. We just went to Jersey to watch movies.
Think about it. You traveled in a vehicle.
I went over state lines.
You went to another land.
I brought COVID from one state to another.
Did you cross any, like, body of land?
I did, yeah.
Did you cross any water?
I did. I went over a bridge.
You went to another country.
Now
did you pay tolls to travel over
I had to pay the toll.
There were fees.
Yeah.
Did you carry shit with you?
Even worse.
What?
I snuck food into the theater. I was like, put this in your pocket and don't take it out until the movie starts.
You didn't pay tariffs for those.
I didn't pay tariffs. No.
But you did. It was like you went to another country.
Yeah.
Within the country.
But that's to show you that it's fake. The whole COVID vaccine and not the vaccine, but the card, and you gotta show them all the commercials you see on TV is all for show. It's for all the voters to say they're looking out for us. They're trying their best. You know what I'm saying? But in the government's defense, which is a funny term to say, but in the government's defense, they have to do this. They can't just sit there and be like, "All right, guys, good luck."
We're just gonna see what happens.
Because then 50% of the population is like, "You're not gonna do anything? I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna die. What are you gonna do for me?" So it's a catch-22. You know, as far as the government's concerned, it's a catch-22.
So she doesn't have an argument.
Her argument is valid for her voters.
Right, she's trying to be. Yeah, she's trying to be heard. She's trying to be. That's what I'm saying. She's just trying to be loud.
Yeah. So now, just as on our personal, now mind you, I'm going in mentality of this and that, but in my own personal opinion, they shouldn't have shut anything down. They shouldn't have locked anybody down.
You're saying that both her argument, although it's politically motivated, her argument and what the government's response, both can be true because of the nature of the. I got gas.
I know. I'm like, Jesus, get it out, bro. Jesus.
You want to burp me?
Oh my God.
You look like you wanted to burp me.
I was worried. I was like, is he catching a seizure?
I just put my head on your shoulder. Freaking babies are amazing to me. Just the fact that we come out of that.
I took my daughter like this. I took her out. I did it. I caught her and I pulled her out.
Was there a part of you now, because as you're getting older, because you're old, nigga, was there a part of you that was like, it's not good in here?
You don't want to come here, trust me. Be born somewhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a catch-22. That's why I don't say. That's why I look at the Democrats and the Republicans and look at their both positions. I'm like, you guys have both good points and you both got horrible points. Let's take the good and let's try to do the best we can. But when you pick a side, you have to take everything. When you pick a side, you have to pick the good and the bad. They all have to come together. Instead of saying, I like this and I like this. I don't want to be in the Democrat Party. I don't want to be in the Republican Party. I want to take your border control, which I think is a good idea because, you never know who's going to come over the border. And I also want to take the fact that when people come here hungry, sick, and tired, we should take care of them. You know what I'm saying? I want both of them. I don't see the problem having both. You know, because when people come in rafts in Cuba, when they come to Florida, once they touch the land with their feet, we have to take them. Did you know that?
Yeah, this is another one of those. We have Ellis Island.
No, I'm talking about when niggas in Cuba make a raft out of a freaking car or whatever. They go. Once they get to America's water, the Coast Guard is like, we gotta catch them, we gotta stop them, because if they get onto the beach and they jump off and they run and they touch the land with their feet, America has to take them in. They can't just be like, sorry guys, we're full, get out of here.
And aren't they trying to bring that back in the other states? The states that are sending all these migrants up?
What do you mean?
They're trying to do the same shit.
Oh yeah, but that's not.
What is it called? Catch and release?
Yeah, no, but the difference between that and Cuba is that Cuba, we have
the embargo,
a relationship with them that we know that their country's bad. When niggas show up from El Salvador,
well, what about Venezuela?
Or Venezuela, when they show up, we're not looking at them like, it's you don't have a dictatorship. We're looking at them that you just have a bad government. There's a difference between having a failed dictatorship, which is what
the whole system is jacked up.
Yeah,
and it was actually a segment in 60 Minutes yesterday. Oh, I love which is why I brought it up.
The government jacked up system.
So the Merrick Adams was on. They were talking to. Yeah, I know. They were talking to whatever. They were covering this very same topic about the migrants, and whoever the other guest speaker was saying, it's basically a processing system, a system of the way we're doing things takes forever. So the Venezuelans, for example.
Wait, but it takes forever because there's a lot of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not just that our system is broken. Our system is broken and it's over of capacity.
It's just it's broken, nigga. It's just broken. It's whether it's our fault. It's with the reality of the situation. I think that's where I got.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's because there's so many people coming.
So
what Trump was right. We should have built the wall. Everybody messed up. We would have had better control over the system.
So this nigga.
Right? Think about it though. There's only one way in. We know who's coming in. We know who's going out.
So it's called asylum seekers.
Yes.
And asylum seekers are not the same thing of saying, why did you cross the border?
No, but okay, so asylum seekers.
Shut your mouth.
Wait, hold on. Asylum seekers is what Cuba is. What I'm saying. When they touch. I know. Oh my God, we got to take them in.
You know what asylum seeker is, right?
Yeah, they have a problem in their country. They have to come.
But most of the people crossing the border, would you say they're asylum seekers?
No.
What are they?
They're here for work. Monetary. Yeah, I forgot what the word is.
I want a better life.
My children. And it's like, sorry, bro. That's not what this is.
That's not what this is.
We have a system for that. You want? We'll give you applications. You apply for citizenship. So, in a couple years, you get it. But it
became legal where these people would come in and say, I'm seeking asylum. So because of our system and we're humane, right? We're not dealing with dogs and cats. Even if we were, even dogs and cats are mad protected, right? Yeah. Some would say better than these are migrants, right? Or immigrants or asylum seekers. What's the difference? Anyway, so a bunch of these people come in, and when they say we're seeking asylum, their kids go over here. Their kids will go through maybe 3 or 4 years in school. They'll learn English.
Yeah.
They'll get an education here.
Yeah.
While their parents are waiting to get asylum approval. And when they go, and the parents are like, I come because I want to have a better life for my children.
Sorry.
Now gather your kids.
And go back to where you came from.
Yeah.
Because the system takes so long. Think
about the money.
Yeah.
So before, it would be that you would have to apply over there with your information.
During Trump's era.
You have to apply over there.
Remain in Mexico policy.
Stay there, apply. And if your application comes through, then you come in with all your kids and you get all the bells and whistles.
That seems like a more functional system.
So, and then here's what happens in the system now. So they come in because we got to go through the system and have your day in court to get your approval for asylum. They can't get jobs.
Yeah, because they're not citizens. They're jodite.
But they do get jobs. And one guy they were interviewed, they were like,
well, you have to try. You can't just be without money.
I have to feed my family.
Yeah, I came here
And
for this.
The guy, he was paying me. I know he was paying me a little bit of money, but I still, I came. But then he didn't want to pay me for my 3 days of work, and I said if I call the cops, then they'll call and they'll deport me. So I just left. So we get taken advantage of, and I'm like, and that's still. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
That sucks. But you know what also sucks? The country that you are fleeing from.
Yeah, but it sucks because you came here the wrong way. Because if you were a legal citizen and the guy would have did that, you would have been able to call the cops and get your
if
money.
they allowed it now, that you could come in and then apply for asylum.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what.
So all these people, the system is flooded because all these people who don't qualify from the get are getting the fruits of no labor. They didn't labor for any of it.
Yeah, they just showed up.
They just showed up and they're benefiting from the fruits of this land. So I think, they should go back to. There's got to be a better way to screen. We have way too much technology.
But that's what the Remain in Mexico was like. Well, no matter where you come from, you have to go through Mexico to come to America, right? You have to go through. So we make our wall with Mexico and be like, you have to stay there because you went from Venezuela to this country.
They had to travel like 7 different countries.
So you didn't look for
get here.
You didn't look for asylum anywhere else.
Can you imagine traveling through the jungle, 7 different countries from Venezuela to get here?
But what I'm saying is,
not only are you traveling through your shitty country, you're traveling through other potential shittier or shitty country. Which I'm sure other ones were better.
But what I'm saying is, if you let's say you left Venezuela, why? Let's say for asylum, something happened. There's a gang after us. They killed my uncle. They know where I live. When you go to the next country, those niggas don't know who you are. You're safe now, right? Or maybe the second country after. Now you're safe. Why did you keep going? Why America? You know what I'm saying? If that's what you wanted safety. Go somewhere where nobody knows you and you're good. Why did you keep coming? Why did you go from country to country to country to country? Because America offers you something that those other countries don't.
Yeah.
So you didn't come for safety because you had safety.
7 countries
You're coming,
ago.
yeah. You're coming for
That's
something
what you're
totally
saying.
different. Yes.
You had 7 different, this is good.
Yeah.
And they speak Spanish here. Maybe that's why it was like it's too close to home.
Yeah. But then there's other places to go. You know what I'm saying? There's so many options. You chose America for a reason. It's because of monetary reasons. You know what I'm saying? And that's valid. If I was in his shoes, I would do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you're in a freaking shitty country, something crazy happens, you're like, I gotta get out of here, I'm going to America. You know what I'm saying? We would do the same thing. Right? We would do the same thing. So if we would do the same thing, that's why I understand why they're doing it. But on the flip side, if you're the government, you're like, we can't just let everybody in here. That's crazy. Because when they come in here, first of all, they don't got their working papers. We don't know who they are. Are they paying taxes? Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Are they collecting welfare? They definitely got their kids in school. We allocated a certain amount of money to pay for school lunches. Now there's more kids that we don't even know who these kids are. There's so much to the people don't think about all that stuff.
Have you ever met an immigrant who got their naturalization, became citizens or permanent residents, and their political or their views are, you gotta shut those borders and stop people from coming in?
I never met them personally.
You've heard of them,
but I've seen millions of them. Yeah,
you've seen them where on your
TV?
Phone?
Yeah,
on your phone box.
On the
box of
the propaganda machine of my phone.
Option D, the thing you put in your pocket.
You know what's funny? A lot of them are from Florida. A lot of Cubans from Florida
are like, yo,
we did what we had to do.
The minute I got here, I was okay. I'm sorry, I was okay with borders and letting people in, giving them the opportunity to come to this country for a better life.
No.
Especially from a difficult country like Cuba, my country.
My country.
But the minute I got here, no, you gotta close the border. That's it.
Well,
I'm one too many. That's it.
Their argument is, we come here because Fidel Castro.
Right.
You're coming here for money. I came here because we were dying. We were legit starving to death. You're coming here because your second cousin got shot because he was in a gang. And you're like, I'm going to use this opportunity to come to America as an asylum to get money. We didn't come here for that. We made a boat. We sailed across an ocean because we're trying to escape this dictatorship. They were killing people. Fidel Castro was killing people. You know what I'm saying? Especially back in those days.
Your son got in that gang because he wanted to.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I don't have no choice. I'm running away from political violence. You know what I'm saying? Like their situation was totally different. So when they come here, they're like, no, we come here, we become citizens, we work hard, we open up businesses, and.
But wouldn't you say a vast majority of the people who are crossing the border do want to work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me.
But that's what they come here for.
Because this
you know what I'm saying?
Slut. I'm asking you, bitch. You right there with your little slut tattoo showing, a trans stamp showing at the side. Ay, covered it, que linda. Everyone that you've ever met, nigga, because we're in New York City. You already know we know you know people right now who are illegals.
Millions.
You know
I see them every day. Some of them live in my building. All right.
You know a Huang.
And they're good people. They're not like they're monsters.
And they come here basically to work, right? Are they in gangs? Of all the freaking illegals that you and I have crossed in our lives, how many of them do you know were in a gang?
I don't know if any I know were in a gang.
Zero.
Not that I know of.
That I know of?
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know anybody. In fact, the people that that nigga was not in a gang. He was a ranchero when he was in Mexico. All right? That nigga had a ranch.
That nigga was a ranchero.
You're not talking to the mic.
That nigga was a ranchero.
Yeah. That's what he told me. He said him and his brother, back then, things were different. He told me him and his brother, I forgot his brother's name. But remember his brother's name? Remember they used to switch?
Carlos.
No.
Shrek.
No, we called it he had a name. I forgot his name.
That nigga was Shrek.
But what they used to do is Anunfo would go to Mexico to the ranch that they owned, and they would, just like in the wrestling when you tag your partner, he would tag his brother. His brother would come to America and go to Brooklyn to work in a restaurant, and Anunfo would stay there for all the money he saved for that year. He would live in the ranch with all the money he made in America, and he was live it up for a whole year. It was like a vacation, nigga. He was living a better life than most freaking Americans. He would live in his paradise little ranch, you know what I'm saying? Drinking every night, hanging out, partying. And then when his year's up, his brother shows up, they switch again. Now his brother's living it up for a whole year. And this is what he told me they would do. They would switch back and forth. And they had one house that they owned, and they both took care of it, and they would just go back and forth. And then Nufo had his family in Mexico, and he had Emma over here. You know what I'm saying? He had his girl in America, he had his girl in Mexico.
I was going to say, they have healthy penises.
Yeah.
Very healthy.
So... And Onufo he was one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life, right? Him and Fernando. Remember Fernando used to do this thing like this? You remember that?
I want to cry because I'm like, wow, that's so long ago.
Yeah.
I can't believe you remember.
You ever went to Emma's house? I know when I did it, you picture Fernando right away doing it.
It was his face.
Yeah.
Where he did it like he's just waiting for your reaction.
Yeah. So you ever went to Emma's house?
I don't remember me.
So what's his name? John used to live over there. John rented a room from her.
Yes.
So I used to go there sometimes, and she would cook for us.
It
was so good. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny because whatever. The food she made was good, but if I ever eat in a restaurant, I'm like, this is not what she made. She make it better.
Yeah, this is like this. Is this in a can?
Yeah, but anyways,
it's in a can, guys.
Yeah, so this coming here for financial reasons, totally get it. But there's a process. If you come here for asylum, I totally get it. But there's a process. You have to do the process. Now, obviously, if you're really running from trouble, you don't care about the process.
It should be like a look. Put Elon Musk on this shit, right? Put the red bird, blue bird today, and I brought him on a train line, right? You come to the border, boom. You're looking all crazy, wherever the fuck you came from. You fill out you go through basically like a line, like a car line, like a manufacturing line.
Yeah.
And you get in, you get processed, you get washed, you get medical
vaccinated.
treatment. You get all your medical
Yeah.
screening. You get all that. You fill out the general survey. You get your profile in there. You get your profile. Then you get an assessment done, right? You got your medical assessment. You got your profile created. You're washed. You're cleaned. You're medicated. You're treated. You're evaluated. Everything's good. Okay, great. Why the hell are you here? You get interviewed. You go through the screening process. From the screening process, okay, depending on what your answer is, you go to a different category, right?
Yeah.
So if you're an asylum seeker, then okay, fine. This is your file number. You're gonna go through this processing center, and then we're gonna send you. You're gonna be assigned someone who's gonna review your case and get you before a judge within the 48 hours.
Wait,
You're looking for. Hold on. You're looking. I'm just making this shit up. I'm just trying to.
No,
get
what
to
you're
generals.
saying is what happens.
Hold on. If you're looking for work, great. You're looking for work, immediately you get put down the conveyor belt. You still go down the conveyor belt, and then the next process in the conveyor belt is you're given a skills assessment test. Can you how much education do you have? How much can you speak multiple languages? Can you perform certain skills? You go through this freaking IQ test of the yin yang. Based on your level and score, great. This is where you are. This is where you're processing. Everything is done by date. So when you get called up next, you're going to get informed. What's the best way of reaching you? Great. Go back to your country. Hold on to your ticket. And once you get called,
You better show up.
you better show up for your date, because that's your number to come in and get your opportunity. You're given a probationary period. You go through that line of system. And then there's a third system. It's like, you're not an asylum country, and your country's not wanting out, but something's happening to you. Some shit went down. Okay, we're going to give you a 48-hour window, put you over here, get you all profiled up and tagged, and then go from there. I don't know, bro.
But what that one's saying, what you're saying is what happens.
No, it doesn't.
That's the process, but it's not obviously not a real conveyor. But by the time the guy, let's say there's 100 people online, and they're processing people all day, boom, boom, trying to knock it out. They got 90 people done, and they're like, it's 5 o'clock, I gotta go home. I don't do overtime. Okay, you 10 people will do you guys tomorrow. When they come back in the morning, 100 people showed up at night. So now there's 110 people now. Okay, we could do 90 people. Boom, boom, boom. Now there's 20 people. Okay, we come back.
Right, but the letting in part, do you know what I mean? It's...
Well, the problem is that all these people that are waiting, there's so many that the people are like, yo, we got to take care of them. We can't just leave
Allegedly,
them die.
in this article, without the 60 minute, whatever thing I was watching yesterday, allegedly they were saying how the governors of these states that were bringing in the people to New York, the buses to New York,
Yeah.
Was it Texas?
It was from Texas, but I think the Florida governor was like, I'll pay to get them over there.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
They came up here, and what they were saying was that when they came in, they asked the migrants, where are your aliens? Where are your documentation? They're from Venezuela.
I don't know.
Wow,
I need a job.
Wow, that's racist. They were saying how they took it from us. They said that when we get our court date in New York, that all our documents will be there.
Got him.
Like, I don't know if this is true. Right?
Got him.
I don't know if this is true, but it's in other words, it's saying all these governors over here. They told the people, they told us that we have to give up those documents. In other words, to make it difficult for us to apply.
I wonder if they did it so that way they could be like, we have your documents. You better come to court because you're never going to see these papers again. To make sure, because what happens is they give them a court date and they disappear.
There's a law that you're not supposed to take their documents.
Well, whatever. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. What are they gonna
January 6th. That's what I heard.
What are they going to do?
That's what I heard from your throat.
They're going to call the cops?
Who are they going to call? They're going to call Space Force.
Wait, hold on. Just because we talked about Cuban stuff, there's something interesting. This is a total... We might have... You know what? Let's talk about this in the next episode.
Why do you got such a hard on for Cuba?
Wait, we'll talk about it next episode.
What's happening in Cuba?
We'll talk about it next episode.
Are you going to Cuba?
I want to.
I would love to go to Cuba. Son.
But, yeah, I think there has to be a better process to what we do. But also, we can't just let anybody in here. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? There has to be...
They can't be... sorry, I hate to cut you off. But their excuse...
You love to cut me off.
The excuse can't be that there's no money enough to get more staffing to process.
Well, the thing is, somebody has to pay for that.
That's not, Rich, that's not an excuse. You know why that's not an excuse?
Why?
Because the amount of money we're spending on housing, medicating, get these kids going to school. You know, there was like 800 or 1,200 students that enrolled.
From
These migrants that just recently came to New York City, they're in the school system. 800 kids.
And
enrolled.
we're all paying for that right now.
We're all paying for that. And then I was thinking, you know how they were struggling to come up with a budget? You know how how it works. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
They were struggling to because a lot of the parents went to homeschooling. So because a lot of parents, the numbers went down. I was like, oh, look, they got their numbers.
Oh, let's get the migrants in here.
Get the migrants in here. We get these numbers in here. Ooh,
We almost lost the money.
$3 million.
You know how many brand new books I threw away in schools? In the plastic, like wrapped by the.
See how I get him stuff?
Because the schools are like.
He loves when I interrupt.
The schools are like, we'll buy the books next year because we need to spend the money.
What?
That's what they do. They got to keep that budget.
That's right.
Throw that brand new book we never opened. Throw it out. We'll buy it again next year.
First of all, why are we still buying books? Stop it.
You know, they should give every kid a tablet, right? Right when you start school. In the beginning of the school year, we give you a tablet, and then when you're in high school, we give it to you in your freshman. You can keep it the whole time.
And they actually did a study. Some college, did a university, did a study that audiobooks can be as effective as actual people reading.
Nigga, we know this is true because I listen to audiobooks all the time. I've gained so much. When I say reading books, I've read so many. You freaking Good Dad, Bad Dad. What was it? Poor Dad, Rich Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I never read the book.
No, me neither.
I've heard it, but I read it. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody's like, "Have you ever read this book?" I'm like, "Yeah, I read the book. I didn't read it. I heard it, and I got the information." And the good thing about it is that you can rewind.
Especially when it's a good narrator, right?
Oh yes.
He gets you right in the throat.
And what I like about it too is I could do it while I'm driving. I could do it while I'm working. I could listen to it. It's so much more effective, bro. I listen to so much of those books. In fact, I had to cancel. I canceled my Audible. I'm about to do an app called Scribed. Which
I have it.
You have it? I'm about to do that one. I had it before, and after a while, used to want after listening.
Reads it out to you, right?
Yeah, after listening to so many audiobooks, like okay, I need a break. I need to listen to music for a little while and get my, you know what I'm saying?
Get this on.
Yeah. So now I'm at the point where like I'm about to freaking redo Scribed. But yeah. I mean, it's hard, bro. And
there's no excuse of if there not being enough funding. It's just staffing and processing issues.
No, but why can there be no excuse? There's no funding.
Because, bro, the amount of money we're spending on the current system can be allocated into hiring more
or
staff.
Better do the system, like you said with the books.
The system's fine.
Like you said with the books. Why are you buying books? It's just a bad system.
You said that the system. No, we agreed that the system needs more support and needs to be structured more efficient.
Yes.
That's it. That's all it is. But there's enough money because if you do those two things, you're spending less money on shipping people to other states to fuck with them and to make a statement rather than addressing the issue. Part of the argument that whoever the guest speaker was in this 60-minute recording was that no one's coming up with a solution. Everyone's just saying, oh, it was the last guy. It was the last administration behind us that was there for.
Well, if okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna ask you one step. Okay, you got migrants coming from wherever. They're going through the border. They're going through El Rio Grande, crossing at night. They're coming to America. They're disappearing. Then you have other groups that are coming over the bridge. They're like, they go to the desert. They look for the border patrol guy. Help me, I'm gonna die. And you ever seen that? They get lost in the desert and they're looking for the guy. You ever seen that? In the desert, I think it's Arizona. So remember we went to. Oh no, you didn't come with us to Arizona. In the desert, it goes on forever, right? They have the border patrol puts these things. They're solar paneled with a long thing with a light that blinks.
Bing, bing. With
a phone. Solar panel. So if the guys get lost in the desert, they can see the blinking. They go to it and it's a phone. Help me, and then a van comes and picks them up. Because, they could die out there, Anyway. All these different ways that is happening. What's the first? Just one. You don't got to go through a whole list. What's the first step you think you would do?
If I got stuck out there?
No, now you're stuck out there. Like, you're the guy that's in control. You're the king of the border. Okay?
Very bad.
You're the king of the border. Okay? What do you do to be like, all right, to get this thing under control and correct the problems we have? I know there's 1,000 steps we got to take. What's the first step I should take? What would you do? I have my answer.
Damn, nigga, you put me in the spot. I mean, it's like I gotta think about it. Niggas are looking at me like
nobody's watching this.
True.
Listen, I'll tell you my answer. Ready?
Drones.
Build a wall.
Build a wall.
That seems like the first step, because you can funnel them to one location where you could better assess what you have going on here. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're going to have people that jump the wall, but then that's what you have Border Patrol for. It's easier for them to do their job if there's one way for sure that they're going to come in, and the other ones are just, you just drive back and forth, or do the drones. I think the drones is the best idea.
Drones.
Yep, just drive
the
back and
wall
forth.
Makes no sense.
You know how you have Roombas?
When I see the memes with the people in the walls that put the sticks to play the seesaw,
and the volleyball,
it's a joke. It's a wall in history. A wall has shown never.
No, but the wall would slow them down at least.
No, there's no point in slowing them down if you tag. There's too much technology.
Tag?
Guys. Stop it.
Tag?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Tag your it.
What do you mean?
Equip the drones with tags.
To shoot them and tag them?
Yeah, like cattle.
You know how Roombas? You ever seen the Roomba the way it works? It drives around and maps the room, and then it knows, and then it goes back to its charging port. They should do that with freaking drones. The drone, you go up, goes back and forth, and when the batteries are getting low, it just parks. It charges, and when that one's charging, the next one comes out.
That's what I'm saying. And once it
catches freaking movement
in the grid.
You like that one, right? That's the guy in the van. He's like, he's listening to his Spanish. Right? And he's listening to his music.
Racist.
And he hears it and he goes like, he's like, oh yeah, que bien uno. And then he looks at the map. Oh, it's over here. Let's turn around. Let's go catch him. Because even if they get over the wall, they can only get so far. I'm in a truck or whatever. I can catch up to them at one point. Then I can pick them up. Okay, no problem.
They wouldn't even the GPS, because the drone tagged them and knows exactly where he is in the grid. The guy sees it on his screen. He just hits the button, and the truck just brings it to him. The truck pulls up to the guy trying to run, and he hits a button, and a net it grabs him. That's it.
And it
tag him.
Anyway, the point is, the first step has to be to have control of that border.
Correct.
However you do it, just has to be some sort of control, because you have to access your problem.
We have DNA, we have fingerprints. That's what I mean. The tagging. The minute they try to cross over, they get put to the processing system. Okay, You go through. You know how in the Price is Right, the stupid game with the thing that goes click 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 click.
Yeah,
click,
Plinko.
You either go through one part of you're here for asylum, you're here for work, you're here because you're running for the cartel, whatever it is. Okay, you go through that processing system, you're tagged, then you get sent immediately back. Now we know what your intent was.
Yeah.
We tagged you, so if you keep coming, it's gonna affect your profile.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around.
You know what they should do instead of giving them a piece of paper?
What?
We should give them an ID.
Yeah, give them an ID.
Give them an ID with their picture. Yeah, so they feel like,
oh, we have your blood type. Look, it's right there. Esa es la sangre tuya.
What I'm saying is, if you give them a piece of paper, it feels like, oh, they give me a piece of paper. But if you give them an ID, they're like, oh, this is good.
They listen to me.
They get it. Look, it's official.
And the minute they go back to cartel, give me the ID. Nice job.
But it has their
nice job, Noel.
I mean, a piece of paper.
You fucking piece of shit.
You gotta give them a piece of paper. They're just gonna take it. How many Jose Lopez out there? Just give it to anybody.
Too many.
That's what I'm saying. If it got their face on it and all that information, they can show up, be like, look, I'm an asylum seeker. They're like, okay, come on in. I know. You can swipe your card like a Metro card, like, to scan through the system. Okay, we know this guy. His information pops up automatically.
I'm coming back for my date in court to see if you let me in to work.
Yeah. You know what? That's so much better. I always thought that about New York City. Why we using Metro cards? We should use our IDs.
Oh, that's coming.
Right?
That's definitely coming.
This is Mike's conspiracy theory, by the way. The one world government, the one world money. He thinks that's a bad idea. To me, it makes logical sense. It's the next step in. Why are we having a Metro card and an ID and a bank card? Why just put them all together?
Think about how thick that wallet is for no
reason. I mean, it's nice with the phones. You can just scan it with your phone. I guess that's fine. But if you just gave people an ID and be like, look, I'm going to put your Medicaid money in this ID, all that. So when you go to the store, you can just scan it.
You seen the new IDs?
No. New York State IDs? No, I haven't seen it. You seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's very nice.
All right. Let's wrap this up. But
I think they put the chip finally.
good. Now they could put it into our blood next.
It's going to be a little while.
Yeah, it'll be a while, yeah.
But the people are going to be down for that. They're going to be people that already signed up.
There's people that don't care. They don't think twice. They're like, whatever.
The government will protect me. That's their job.
That's right. That's their job. That's what I'm saying. You have half the population that believes that. The other population is like, no, they're going to come after you. Which they're both right. That's the problem. They're both right.
But there's not going to be any reparations for this COVID thing.
No, it's over. It's over.
It is.
You'll be lucky
If what?
if you get money for losing your job.
Who got their jobs back?
10 guys.
The cops.
The sanitation too. 10 guys. 10 guys.
Dang guys.
10 guys.
Got their job back.
They get their job back. They get back pay. They fought it. New York City was like, no, we're not giving it to you. We're not giving it to you. And then the court came in and was like, you have to give it to them. And
Imagine they died by COVID.
New York City was forced. And that's why you got to love the system. It's the system. And we knew this from before. But we talked about this years ago or whatever, a year ago, whatever.
It feels like years ago.
And we're like, we live in a democratic, whatever, republic, whatever you want to call this place, right? There's laws. So if the government does something dumb, somebody's gonna sue the government, and it's gonna be all corrected because that's just the way the system we have works. You know what I'm saying? So government did something dumb. They fired people for not getting the vaccine, and then eventually, from them suing the city was the judicial system that we have was looking at it and like, oh yeah, what they did was definitely wrong. Yep, they owe you. That's just the way we have it.
You think this episode will get blocked?
No, because I'm not going to name it anything that's going to raise any eyebrows.
I think this whole episode was a one big ass eyebrow.
We're talking about immigrants mostly, so
they don't count.
They don't count. Yeah, everybody talks about them.
Don't block us, YouTube. We're just talking about shit.
And the craziest thing is, there's people that say worse than us on YouTube, and it's no problem.
No,
and I'm
they're
like,
doing worse shit.
Yeah, they're legit saying the vaccine's a hoax, COVID is fake, 5G. They're saying all that. We're not saying anything. We're just saying what's happening.
That's the problem.
Okay.
We can't do that.
That's it. All
We're
right.
gonna get blocked. We should just leave then. Bye, YouTube.
Peace.
Later, everybody.
Yo, what up, everybody? If you like what you saw, please click on some of the video links on the side, and please support our channel by liking, subscribing, and leave a little comment, and maybe we'll respond back to you, and hopefully you'll be a guest on our next episode.
I was lame and I was spewing disrespect. Turn to God and disinfect. That's worth to Trump. Now let's inspect to interject on what the youngest spitting on, spitting for where the sacred texts are given.